Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy DBGTX, and I am here with the second part of this comprehensive rules guide for my CAC World Tournament. That is right. If you checked out the first video and you have followed all of the instructions, this video is the second part, and honestly, where a lot of the meat of the do's and don'ts will be at. I will attempt to keep it short and sweet and make sure that the rules are understandable in regards to not only the usage of techniques, but how you use the techniques in my tournament, and of course what I like to call the series limitation that I personally like to add to make and give a twist to my tournament. So here we go. I also want to touch upon something that happened last time, but I didn't want to mention it. No weird names, please. Please. No weird names. If you have a weird name on your character, you're not allowed to use them. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. No weird names. I'm not gonna sit here trying to say some weird name on screen or play into anybody's sick joke. If you got some guy, i.e. named Butthead, every single time I mention him, I have to call him. No, sorry, we're not kids, and we are kids, but let's not be that kiddie in that sense. Now that we got those important factors out the way, I want to go ahead and reiterate that you must submit your movesets. Go ahead and get pretty much everything in order and in check at that point to make sure that everybody's registered, to make sure that everything is working out, to make sure that my mods know how many people tentative are playing at that point. If you do not submit it by then, I will give you a chance, but don't think that I know who to give a chance and who not to give a chance in this situation. So if I have enough players and unfortunately you came in at last minute and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just didn't feel like watching your 20-minute videos in regarding to your rules," I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, well, I'm sorry, you can't participate in the tournament because you failed to listen to that." Want to make sure that that's all established, and it's not to be a party pooper, but there will be some limitations in regards to super move usage, and that's the next key point that I would like to get into. So to begin with, there's going to be a huge limitation of usage of frame breaking moves. So i.e. backflips, aura slides, angry hits, those kind of moves that legitimately doesn't allow the other opponent to put their hands on you when you're in the middle of that move set. Those moves are either limited to 2 usage or they're banned. At this point in the series, at this point in Xenoverse, I'm not banning any moves. So all moves are on deck, but I do have a moveset list that I am limiting to 2 usage per opponent, and I will break that down in a little bit, so stay tuned. The other part that I will want to touch upon based off frame breaking moves is, of course, frame breaking combos, or the favorite thing that I love talking about weekly, which is key blast stuns, cancels, and combo cancels. My mods plus my viewers plus me will be watching this match tentatively and ensuring that each opponent and each player plays with the integrity and takes the tournament as serious as I'm mentioning in it, with the $100 prize on the line. You cannot sit there and press square triangle all day. If you're using an Earthling, you cannot moon kick the entire match. If you're using a Saiyan, you cannot cross chop square triangle the entire match. If you know what I mean, I don't have to break it down to you. But because there are players out there who think, for one, that they're slick, or two, they just don't understand or don't understand what this concept means, I will break it down fast. There are certain combos in this game that allows you to be able to maneuver your character after you do a certain amount of hits. So if you press with, let's say an example, the Saiyan rays, the light hit, then heavy, whether you're on PSN, Xbox, or whatever, that would be square, triangle, or, you know, A and Y, so on and so forth, whatever. When that happens, if you press another button, like circle, which is your key blast, it allows your character to reset his frames. The same way, if you press L2, which is the hop step or the jump step button, it will allow your character to reset his frames and jump out the way. That would not be an issue if the immediate frames when you do something like that registered. So if my opponent, when I jump to the side, if my opponent attacked me and my character reacted to the hit because it hit me, that'd be okay. But in Xenoverse 2, that is not how it works. The meta, that's how Xenoverse is supposed to be played. I'm breaking down that meta. I'm tearing it down. You're not allowed to do that consistently in tournament. You can change it up a little bit. You could, I'm not stating that you can't do key blast cancels once in a while. I'm stating that overusage and spamming of it, or in this general case, spamming certain things, will get you disqualified. It won't be immediate. It will be points taken away from you, but 3 points with the same opponent, just like a real martial arts match, will get you a disqualification, and you're not allowed to participate in the next tournament. Simple as that. Outside of that, you can have an amazing time with amazing people that play and experience a game that we all love and share together. So that's something that I want to make sure that it's put out there right here, right now, on this video. Limited usage of key blast stunts, cancels, and combo cancels are on the table. And if you do not follow that rule and you just consistently just stay there using square, triangle, circle, square, triangle, circle, L2, square, triangle, L2, you will get a point deducted from you. 3 points in that same battle or in that same, against that same opponent, you will get disqualified. Simple as that. So in regards to super move usage, one of the biggest limitations that I wanted to add was called integrity of Dragon Ball. Again, I did this before in my previous tournament, and I am bringing this back because it made for a show. Everyone enjoyed the rule, and when I asked, people stated that they would enjoy it again if it was implemented. So broken moves are going to be limited to 2 per round. 2 per round means that against the opponent that you're fighting, you can only use that technique twice. Now, there's a reasoning behind that, and I'll explain it a little bit further down. So stay tuned, because I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a whole teardown as to why there's a limit per opponent. In a best of 5, for example, the Super God Fizz can only be used 2 times against one opponent. For one, the Super God Fizz is an OP technique. 2, the Super God Fizz has a weird frame animation, so when you get hit, you get caught in an animation. You can't escape it, especially the follow-up attack. You have to automatically either snap or use your stamina, so on and so forth. So if I gave everyone the free range to use a move like this, what makes you think that there's not going to be someone who's going to finish every combo with a Super God Fist to set up his next combo and force you to continue using your stamina, right? That's the first key point that I'm trying to eliminate with broken moves. If you watch the original show, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, they run out of energy at one point or another, unless you're an android. In this case, we are dealing with stamina usage, stamina conservation, and per opponent, you can only use certain techniques twice, other techniques up to 3 times. What that means is, just like real fighters tire out from using their techniques over and over, so will you as the player, technically. Limiting the movesets to a maximum usage of 3 per each opponent will add a layer of technicality, where players will have to think on their feet and make decisions based off the opponent's level, and of course thinking about energy conservation from opponent to opponent. This particular counter resets with the next opponent, so no worries, you will have enough time to rest in between rounds to be able to perform the next one. I will not hinder you in regards to how you play per se. I just want to make sure that no one is setting up the same combos over and over and over and over and over again. If we keep that the way we have it, I can guarantee you guys that this is going to be an amazing experience for this tournament. And I think that ultimately what would end up happening is that we will undeniably get a winner that everyone, from the viewers to players to participant, will acknowledge, because the tournament not only has grounded rules, it has rules that excels in the internet community. Rules that would excel not only today, but rules that could excel in future tournaments for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Rules that could excel on other channels if other channels want to partake and do crossovers with these tournaments. But that's all. That's where I want to leave it at. If you have any questions, please send me a message on PSN. Drop a comment in the comment section. I will continue sponsoring the tournament videos here as much as possible. This whole entire week we will be doing a lot of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 streaming, sponsoring the tournament of course, and hoping that I gain more and more people coming through for this amazing event that we have. It's tournament time, baby. It's tournament time, baby. It's tournament time, baby. And with that being said, I'll leave it at that. Holla at the boy. I'm out.